Welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Jesse Pycha-Holst of Solidarity Realty. Welcome back, Jesse. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me, Stacey.
Let's talk fixer-uppers today. It's kind of a hot topic in the real estate world. Would you say it's a good way to find a deal on a home?
It can be for the right type of buyer. If you're somebody who is really skilled in a lot of different trades, it's somewhere you can build a lot of sweat equity and really increase the value of a home that you get a good price on. If you know contractors that are willing to do quality work and work for a reasonable price, it is a place that you can save and make a lot of money. But there's also some potential pitfalls. What
are some of those downsides of buying a home like that?
Sure. One thing is that you want to make sure that there's not hidden issues with the property that you can't even see, even with a very qualified home inspector. If you're buying during the winter, for example, maybe there's a lot of snow on the roof and you can't see if you need to do a whole roof remodel. If you're buying a property that has finished basements, for example, you might not be able to see if there's a very expensive renovation needed to the foundation where you could be taking on water and introducing other problems.
Yeah, it seems like even on some of these reality shows that are out there, they're always finding things that they just didn't see. It's something that really seems to be quite the risk. What are some of the potential dangers of remodeling, especially some of the older homes that are out there?
So most homes older than 1978 will have some kind of lead paint in the interior or the exterior. That's not necessarily a problem per se. It just means that you need to proceed with caution. Do your homework. Make sure that you're taking test samples. Now, when if lead is undisturbed, it's really usually not much of an issue, especially if you don't have small kids in the house. But you're introducing power tools, automatic sanders, saws, example. It can create a real hazard. And then there's also the potential for asbestos. Older homes had asbestos potentially in everything from ceiling tiles and insulation down to old vinyl floor tiles. So do your homework and make sure that you're testing samples of the material before you begin a renovation. And if you're hiring a contractor, make sure that they're doing it, because not all contractors are doing their due diligence either.
How do you find a reputable contractor?
Well, ask your realtor. We work with a lot of contractors in our vocation, so it's something that we're pretty well adept at. And if you don't already have a realtor and you already have a home and you're looking at doing some renovations on your own, talk to your friends, talk to your family and people that you trust, and get personal recommendations for work that they've had that was done quality.
All right,
One thing I would, sorry to cut you off, I would just recommend that don't necessarily hire the contractor that gives you the best, cheapest price, because that can cost you a lot of money down the road.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Sometimes it's not as good of a deal as you think it's going to be. Well, great advice as usual. Thank you so much.